Here's a little something special for the Mazda Rotary fans. Maybe not the purest though. Johnny Latham's Series 6 RX-7 with a V8 underneath the bonnet. Series 6 RX-7 still 26B, or effectively two 13B rotors joined together. And just for a completely different kettle of fish, another Series 6 RX-7, this time with a 2JZ Toyota motor underneath the hood. Again, as we know with the Templemans, they stick a dinner plate size turbo on everything.
So as Ben Belcher looks on with anticipation, we've got Drew Donovan, the Mighty V8 versus the 2JZ A31 Zafiro from D&D. Drew Donovan very excited. It's one of his first top 8s, and we go straight into the battles. Drew Donovan on the lead. Phil Sutherland way back though. That's going to be a big advantage to Drew Donovan as they switch in. Now Phil tries to close the gap through the Marshall point of BP Ultimate. Switches there. Big correction there from Phil Sutherland now.
You can see there Phil Sutherland just trying to be careful because he knows he's got a speed advantage over Donovan, but it's all gone wrong for Phil Sutherland. Where's he gone? He's straightened up and he's lost all drive. You can hear there, it just doesn't sound that good. Phil Sutherland was on such a tear here, had a big smile on his face, and it's all gone horribly wrong. You'll see here on the replay, it just straightens up, loses all drive, and that will send Drew Donovan through the top 4.
Next battle up, you've got the V8 star Shane Van Gisbergen, not on a V8 though, versus the local boy Cody Collis. Top 8 battle action. So we go, Shane Van Gisbergen in the lead in the borrowed car as we switch through the track. Very good line there, nice aggressive flick from Cody Collis in the rear, and good proximity. He's treating Shane Van Gisbergen as a moving clipping point, staying as close as he can to him.
Yeah, really interesting, Brendan, just how much more comfortable Cody Collis has been here at home in the South Island too. That hometown support has really buoyed the local man, and he's putting up a great fight here against the V8 star. Let's see how Van Gisbergen goes on his chase, but Cody Collis, he knows this track so well, he's going to make Van Gisbergen try and earn this win.
So as Van Gisbergen comes in the borrowed car, Cody Collis pushes wide. He's definitely going to make him earn that win, that top 4 if he can go through. Shane Van Gisbergen, 2 hands constantly on the wheel. It's quite interesting, but big mistake there from Shane Van Gisbergen. Cody Collis now has the advantage. All he has to do is finish this run, and he deprived Shane Van Gisbergen of his first top 4. Cody Collis through to top 4.
You'll see here on the replay there, Shane Van Gisbergen, this is probably the difference between knowing a car 100% and being unfamiliar with it. Van Gisbergen just got in too close, got lost, made a mistake, and that's Cody Collis through.
Next battle up, Gary Tanana versus Cam Vernon.
Well, fortunately, luck's on my side today. Unfortunately for Troy, he had something go wrong with his car, but we're all bros, and yeah.
For me to make it to the top 8 is pretty cool and all, but it's just really unfortunate how I got here, you know. Sellers mechanical, Andrew Redwood having mechanical on the line, but you know, come up against Gary Tanana and anything can happen.
So there's an old saying in motorsport, and that is to finish first, you must first finish. And while the driver's on the line, got to their positions right now by mechanical from their opposite opponents, they are not holding back. The gloves are off and it's battle time. Cameron Vernon, what a chase.
And Cam Vernon doing a good job there and seems to have a little bit more speed than the C33 Laurel of Gary Tanana.
So Vernon's closing up on this last apex. All he's going to do is push out wide. That's going to be advantage to Cameron Vernon in the R32 Skinny Mobile. You see here, nice closure of the gap, good proximity. So he may have got a free pass from Andrew Redwood with a mechanical, but he's earning this place in this top 8 battle. Switches on through, manages to get away from Gary Tanana. Gary Tanana just a bit shallow. He's still going to be stoked as to make that top 8. But Cam Vernon, it's all about him right now, and he's going to go through to the top 4.
And is this a performance we've been waiting for all season from Vernon? He's into the top 4 now. That podium awaits potentially for the young man from Pukekohe. Take one more look at the replay here. You'll see Gary Tanana trying to close up on Cam Vernon like he did on his chase run. Chucks a wheel off the inside, it hooks the car around. Tanana loses all momentum, falls back even further, Vernon through.
So this is Mad Mike's push for the championship now. He's got a huge advantage over this borrowed A31 of Kurt Whitaker.
So happy that Ruben offered his car up. You know, we'd kind of given up hope, and you know, we were going to be sitting up on the bank with everyone else.
So So Kurt Whitaker, the defending champion, wants to go out fighting for his title, but Mad Mike here is going to have a massive horsepower advantage. He's going to have a massive grip advantage. You can see here, he's just going to drive away from the Pro-Am spec car of Ruben Amu. That's only on a 235 wide tyre. Mad Mike 265 wide semi-slick race tyres. Mad Mike mashing the throttle. Mad Mike driving away. Kurt Whitaker doing what he can, just trying to hang on, but he's got no hope of hanging on to that Mad Bull RX-7.
Well, Kurt Whitaker's in an underpowered car and he's unmatched, but he deserves the respect. He's defending his title and he's the defending champion. Kurt Whitaker on the lead now. Mad Mike, those switches. Did he drop a wheel? Well, it's not maybe going to be enough. There's that big gap on the first run. But Mad Mike, bumper to bumper, door to door. Oh, Kurt Whitaker and Mad Mike off. I'd hate to be a judge right now.
Kurt Whitaker went off first there. Mad Mike had nowhere to go. He was using Kurt Whitaker as the clipping point. Whitaker effectively trapped him on the inside, and that will send Mad Mike through. As we take a look on the replay, Kurt Whitaker just got the line all wrong. That's 4 wheels off. That's first offence. Mad Mike nowhere to go, and he is through to battle for first and second.
So Kurt Whitaker had the loud pedal down the whole time, but it won't be enough. But after the break, more loud pedal as we come into the top 4 of D1NZ. Welcome back to the top 4 of the Cody's D1NZ National Drifting Championship, and 3 drivers that have never been in the top 4 before. Drew Donovan, Cody Collis, Cam Vernon, the one to beat, Mad Mike Widget. It's all going down. Drew Donovan in the Mag and Turbo V8 S15 versus Cody Collis in the budget tyres S13.
My name's Cody Collis. I'm from Christchurch. I'm just driving as hard as I can, got the car running right. And yeah, we just get in there and just loving it.
We went up against the #1 qualifier, Dane Templeman, so that was never going to be easy. This track itself just flows so nicely for drifting, and I just wish we could come here more often, to be honest.
So Drew Donovan scrubs the tyres and we're straight in. Smoke pouring off Cody Collis as they both switch in. And Drew Donovan doing the best to keep up with this local. He knows this track, it's his hometown stomping ground. But Drew Donovan pushes wide here. Is going to be able to link the last section where we don't see Cody Collis on the other hand. Bit of a wheel off there. The judges are going to score that one even, so we swap over now. Drew Donovan's going to be on the lead, Cody Collis is going to be on the chase, and what a chase it is from Cody Collis. Already initiated, huge angle.
And Cody Collis putting all sorts of pressure here on Drew Donovan. Cody Collis definitely has the faster car here, and it's all going to be up to Drew Donovan to try and force a mistake here out of Cody Collis if he wants to fight his way through to stand on the podium step 1 or 2. Has he got it in the tank? Cody Collis, though, all over the back of the Mag and Turbo Tauranga S15. Drew Donovan with a bit of a correction there, bit of a straighten up. Cody Collis tucks down to the inside. Cody Collis definitely wants to go to this final in front of the hometown fans.
And what a chase it was from Cody Collis, and that's going to be enough. Cody Collis goes through to battle for first and second. As we see here, the BB Ultimate 98 replay, what a chase coming through the apex, switches over the rise really fast and aggressively, manages to stick it to Drew, and that pushes him through. Well, Cam Vernon, welcome to the big time. Your first top 4 battle against the one and only Mad Mike Widget. Now, 2 of the most colourful D1NZ drivers, as Warren just said to me behind the scenes, and they crashed. They turned into a whole bag of Skittles all over the track. But anyway, we're into the action. Mad Mike Widget with a huge lead off Cameron Vernon. Cameron Vernon's going to do his best to close the gap, but Mad Mike Widget stomping the 26B quad rotor down the track, wide, smoky, big backfire there. Is it going to be enough? Cam Vernon struggling to keep up with him as we listen to that quad rotor sing. Okay, so that's a huge advantage there to Mad Mike Widget as we swap over. Cam Vernon's going to try to deliver the goods, but Mad Mike wants the championship points. Bumper to bumper. He's mashing through the gears. He's going to switch back in, dive on in Cameron Vernon. Cameron Vernon's just going to put the loud pedal down, try to get away from Mad Mike, but Mad Mike is sticking to it. He's not hanging back. He's going to switch here aggressively. Back off and back in. Both cars in 4th gear. About 140 km/h on the wheel speed. Last corner, big backfire from Mad Mike. Cam Vernon can't upset him. Mad Mike will go through to the battle for first and second and climb that championship ladder.
Let's check out the replay of how Mad Mike took the fight to Cam Vernon. He might be the Pro-Am champ, but Mad Mike wants the pro title. Look at Mad Mike on the gas, on the bumper, using Cam Vernon's car as a mobile clipping point. Cam Vernon will go into the battle for 3rd and 4th up against Drew Donovan, the Megan Turbo Tauranga S15.
Well, what a round it's been for these two drivers. The best result for them ever, and new emerging New Zealand drifting stars as such. Cam Vernon on the lead, Drew Donovan on the chase. Right now their lead is with Cameron Vernon and the advantage with Cameron Vernon. Drew Donovan just can't keep up with it, a bit of a shallow line there. Cam Vernon fast and aggressive, switches over the last corner. Drew Donovan now though pushes wide, comes wide. Slight correction there from Cam Vernon, they push to the last corner. Cam Vernon ducks in. That is going to be a very even run in the judges. We swap over. So Cam Vernon on the chase, Drew Donovan on the lead. Cam Vernon's managed to close the gap a bit there. Drew Donovan sinks on in, bags up the V8, but a big mistake there from the skinny mobile R32. That is going to hurt him, but he closes it back up, but he hits it. It's done. Cam Vernon chucks it away.
And chuck it away Vernon did by hitting his opponent and losing drift. That's an instant 10-0. Drew Donovan, doesn't matter what happened the first time out, that's going to put Drew Donovan on step number 3 of the podium. Best result ever for the man all the way from Tauranga. Proudly D1NZ, proudly representing the V8s and the S15.
Well, let's see that touch one more time. Cam Vernon knew he had to do something, but he just pushed too hard. That put off all the angle he needed, scrubbed all the speed. He tried to bag it back up, but it wasn't enough. So it comes down to this. This is what 5,500 Cantabrians came out for. First time back in 2 years, and they've got a local boy representing them. Cody Collis versus the star, Mad Mike Wedette in the Red Bull RX-7. Piston versus rotary. This is important. The championship fight. Mad Mike, but big upset straight off the bat with Cody Collis in a straight line. And now he's off. Mad Mike drifts on past. This is a huge upset for Cody Collis, but Mad Mike Wedette, round and round, winning's winning, winner, chicken dinner. Mad Mike takes top podium spot for round 5, Christchurch.
One more look at this via the BP Ultimate Replay. Cody Collis just all out of sorts. Lost all drive. Mad Mike, you'll see him drifting on past there. You'll see the hand come out the window. Mad Mike knows he's got the job done. As Cody Collis's car is towed back to his pit crew, they're still proud of him no matter what. Cody Collis home in second, but the Mad one, Mad Mike Wedette.
Mad for Whaling, number 1.
That's right, so the BP Ultimate 98 Triple Crown winners, Mad Mike Wedette, Fangerdam Woolhouse and Kurt Whitaker, 3 rounds supported by BP New Zealand. The Pro-Am winners, Darren Kelly, Joe Kukatai, and the female drifter, Jodie Verhulst. What an epic round from those 3. And of course, the round winners, Drew Donovan, his first ever podium. What a stoke man he is. The local favourite, Cody Collis, and the high five from the son, Lincoln Wedette. Mad Mike, Dad stands on top of the podium. And those all-important championship points coming into the grand final. And the top for the top dogs, Kurt Whitaker, the defending champion, but the top 3, only 28 points between Andrew Redwood, Mad Mike, and the leader, Fangerdam Woolhouse.
What we wanted to do was get number 1s. A massive thanks to my team, all my sponsors, and huge thanks to South Island for having us in a wicked event. My main partners, Red Bull and Speed Hunters, about the support. It's not possible. It's very expensive for us to be able to run these championships and stuff, so thank you very much.
What that means for the final round, Andrew Redwood, he's got to beat Fangerdam by 4 positions. Mad Mike, he's got to finish 3 positions ahead. It's all on at Taupo.
Well, what an event! Christchurch, Powerbuilt Tools Raceway for round 5 of the championship. You can clearly see who the winner is.
Mad Mike Wedette absolutely owned it on track. He's owning the victory skids. What an event here in Christchurch. I love it. Let's do it again.
Drifting by far is New Zealand's fastest growing motorsport.
We are the future. Let's keep growing.
If you want to support D1NZ, get down to the Cody's D1NZ Grand Final, Raiko Taupo Motorsport Park, June the 22nd, 23rd.